The other day these guys played and, well, Liquid stomped them, but they were starting on the CT side. This time they'll be on the attack, and you can see the utility purchased on through. Naf, Molotov, couple of flashes, Fallen with a smoke and 2 flashes of his own, and a little bit of A-ramp progression here coming out on the early stages from MIBR.
Cool to see Fallen up against the new boys on the MIBR block. Intrigued to see how Fallen gels with this roster as well. This is all going to be so many questions that so many people have, ourselves included, to be answered. And Fallen's got a very nice little lineup for construction, but oh, good shots from Bolts. He's even got Cello baiting him in. Clean shots across the board. It's all blue on brown. Oh dear, Fallen's in trouble as well. Can't find a clean one. They even throw a third into the mix and it's all over. Cello, triple, Bolts with the double. MIBR off to the races.
Yeah, clean sheet right there. And you can see with that utility being set up, the idea is to throw that and then pounce onto the site. You hopefully stifle the rotations. You can swarm, get that bomb down, and then set up the post-plant situation. But the forward nature of MIBR, that completely denied it. And Liquid, well, they didn't get a kill. So at this stage, without a kill, without a plant, without much action whatsoever, maybe a save could be in order here, and as freeze time ticks on down, it looks like it's going to be exactly that. MIBR have purchased on in with a couple of rifles, some SMGs to boot, and the utility is looking good. This might be one of those rounds where you can sit back. If you want to go whack the kettle on and just listen to us from a distance, I can say you might have enough time to flick the switch, maybe not enough time for the water to boil.
Flick the switch, flick.
Okay, so just out middle as a pack here, seeing if they can overwhelm you. Got Bolts up here on construction, Yell. More passing towards elevator room, and there's the spam. It's no good. The Glock kill's not too bad, and here's the cleanup crew.
Yeah, ran out of bullets. Just the only thing stopping him from finding a fourth there. Bolts, easy peasy. Lemons are squeezed, and a Yell likely going to be thrown at another weapon from Bolts. Gives him that treat.
Thank you.
What a lovely gift. It's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, isn't it nice being the in-game leader in the AWPer and going, hey, Bolts?
You see that round? Actually, I think we played it before we got into this one where Harry just starts screaming, but Yell gets that ridiculous. I mean, like, the guy is a capable AWPer and certainly doesn't seem to be ready to give up in some of those clutch environments. I'll be excited to see if he's flexing on Fallen in any capacity later on into the piece. Don't normally see too many AWP on AWP exchanges on this map. It's much more about control. SHZ holding over the smoke. Donako pushing in tight. Fallen does catch some flak. I think that's just from bullets. Stray bullets, nades thrown as well as the smoke fades. Oh, the sound cue. Stewie just reloaded in the corner.
All right, well, they know that someone's behind the smoke, and you can see MIBR continuing to posture and probe with nades. The spam hasn't begun yet, so this duel as the smoke fades. Stewie's not ready for this. He might find himself eating the dirt. But this is all heard. He can communicate all of this sound, all the cues, everything he's hearing.
Clean first, traded up the ramp. Good flash, actually, it was his team flash. Thought that was coming from a CT. Stewie, easy for at least a first. There's 3 more. 14 Liquid, and bombs on the back of Fallen, yet to frag.
Yeah, and now with a minute left, right, they stayed transitional on that ramp. They weren't fully committed, they weren't pushing through the smoke, they were just waiting for Liquid to make some mistakes, and they've traded efficiently here. So with the one-man advantage, MIBR now tucked back towards the site. Liquid have to use their utility, they have to worry about players close, it's sandbag. And you can see now, well, MIBR, they don't want anything to do with it. You have to make a move, there's 40 seconds left, let's see what you got.
Yep, typical util going to be thrown out, and if anything, that just slows down their short aggression. SHZ doesn't have to do too much more. As it fades, he's in a prime off angle. Actually wants to bring the fight to them. It's perfect. Not another. Triple kill for SHZ. It's only Nav. Maybe at least one. Battle of the 3 letters. Okay. It's a start. The 1v4 dream, absolutely not a reality. Bolts has got himself on the bomb. Actually does get taken down. He'd need to find both frags be given to him. And, well, Cello is going to stop that in its tracks. 3-0, MIBR starting with a bang, even recovering an AK there just in the last second.
Kept it kind of costly, so at least considering how that round started, it wasn't bad for Liquid to get these kills, but I like SHZ staying around here within limbo of this short, Ivy, whatever you call it, scaffold, lots of different names for that position on the map. But by staying around and being in limbo there, it's one of the hardest tasks to do. The fact that Liquid were down a couple of members, they didn't have a lot of utility to harass, and time was a bit of a problem there, able to stand and fight and deliver some key frags as we get back underway with a bit of a partial buy here. Utility's looking good, and one of these B set pieces to be set up, so let's watch these pistols swarm. As Stewie continues to draw attention over towards A, and, well, Elige leading the charge here with the deagle in hand, Fallen as close as well.
They might boost up.
Got to be careful with this. Don't want to make any fluffs. Oh, and they're already pre-spamming.
He's so ready. Look at Cello.
If you're not conditioning with nades and molotovs from this position, Cello's good for a couple, especially with the crossfire setup. Oh, and that's going to be heard. Look at this. Easy for Bolts.
Oh, it's so clean. Cello catching another. in the hurt locker. Liege, I think the flashes may have enabled him to tuck in completely unknown. Doesn't get the frag. A dink, though, can convert. Fallen with one. And finished off nicely by Yell. So nothing to report from Team Liquid yet here on the best of one. Opening game for their play-in.
This is where we get to see the Team Liquid game plan, right? Because they lost the pistol without getting any kills. No plant means they can't really keep their foot on the economy with force buys. They took the save. They had a low util first gun round. Kind of got stopped by the bonus situation. Now the guns are out. Now the AWP's out. Now everything they need is out. And this is where we need to see how Liquid want to approach this T side. You could see that CT setup there. I was mentioning ways to condition those defenders. Well, A is where the majority of the attacks will be going down as Fallen peeks up towards B. Sees nobody aggressive. We'll call that one through. SHZ again. Up towards the crane. A little bit of damage to the toes there. Nothing to worry about. And that's a freebie. A leash.
Straight through the smoke as Danoko was pushing down as well. Oh, trying to trade back. He's so low. Just a sitting duck in the smoke. He does manage to retreat. Okay, so 5v4 after the smoke spray battle.
Oof, okay. A leash going down early. That's not a great
Given
sign.
him the AWP. They swapped it around. Yell concedes and takes the M4, given the low HP of Danoko. It just makes sense. Okay, this is a great chance. Just a gap to catch the scaff cross. Fallen likely a victim to this if he does choose to move. They'll wait for it to fade. Both AWPs are waiting for it to fade. It's going to be a reaction speed test, if anything.
They want info here. He's playing for it. Oh my God!
Both of them! That's way more than information. Straight through Stu into the head of Fallen. A disaster strikes for Liquid.
I love it. They're not respecting them when they know that their presence on ramp. They're continuing to pick and fight and just making Liquid's life so hard. It's like, you want to fight? Yeah, we'll fight. Let's go.
Imagine Team Liquid had a game plan for their T side. A lot of it might have hinged off having ramp.
Control, exactly.
Having ramp, so we could do everything else we planned and had strategized for. That's clean.
Okay, Grim. Plant's going to go down here. Oh, he's faking it. He wants to turn this into a 1-on-2.
Oh, you may not be expecting Yell so close. In the smoke now, elevator, and he finds a chance onto bolts. There was a world where he made that doable.
Now, this is where I understand Grim in that situation, thinking maybe if he goes to get the plant, he probably dies. This is where, you know, you look at the money situation. You go, if he planted that bomb, Liquid have another gun round, right? With the max loss bonus coming through. Without that plant, they can maybe get a buy going. Look at this double. Oh, just the timing on that. Stewie and Fallen just pinned to the wall. That's a rough way to go. Not too much you can really say about that one. I just want to make a note. This is obviously very early stages, only 5 rounds played. But Elige was the highest performer last time these teams met in a 16-6 victory. MIBR only 2 rounds away from doing better than they did last time.
Feels like a rinse and repeat. The pressure on middle. 2 CTs challenging it out. I think Naf realizes he's not cut out for that duel. He'll join Grim on the B split, but CT aggression around ramp at the moment relatively dulled. It's Cello on the B stairs. He's potentially even pre-aiming that boost.
Good utility as well. So you can see they just keep harassing this ramp position. And at this point, Liquid are just left with smokes, 1 flash, a Molotov. And now there's another way for MIBR to get info.
They're playing this so quick, so adaptive.
A lot of different looks as well. And this is one of the hardest things. If you lose that ramp control, that position where that boost was so hard, so difficult to be as a CT. So they're continuing to be forward, knowing that they have confidence in their fights. Liquid have control, but the trapper can spring closed at any point.
Yeah, and they've got 3 smokes and a flash to make a take. Like, now you've got the ramp control, but you just don't have the resources. Now you do. Alicia's taken down a big, heavy hitter, and look at his play. Crouches under the spray of SHZ. Into the site, bomb down, awkward now.
Had to be that as well, because it was really that low utility you were pointing out. There was no way for them to really prod them and push them back. So as soon as Elige gets that opening, follows up with the second, the smoke's landing on the side, and now for MIBR, looks like a save call might come on through. So over towards B-bombs. Like we can see all 3 parking themselves and holding onto these rifles as, well, they're going to get the loss bonus, but it's only going to be $1,400 dues. Should be enough to get something going. I'm not sure if Cello and maybe Danoko want to be dropping SMGs, maybe some FAMASs in the mix here. It's not going to be a great buy, but the 3 saved guns is going to help them. It's going to put them the right step towards being competitive, and the bomb goes off. All 5 members stay alive from Liquid, so a clean one. It didn't look great, but they're able to convert it, and that's all that matters here.
I mean, yeah, Elige gets the credit there. Fantastic fragging from him.
And that's what I wanted to point out, right? So before when they played, this was on the 13th of February. It was just during the Blast group. It was a 16-6 victory. Liquid starting on the CT side. Elige on the CT side, he had a bag. He was 13 for 9, but it was the T half. He was 13 for 2. Right, so he was involved in basically all of their T-side round wins. So I just want to see him get going, and maybe that impact can be found again. Smoke limped out. Grim playing around the Molotov. He does have control of the B lobby. Aggression again.
No, they love this. Elige is boosted over. He will punish this time. A battle for ramp. Previously won out by MIBR by a large margin. The score indicative of that.
It's 2 entries in a row right here for Elige as well. So great way to kick off these last 2 rounds. And Liquid, if they just continue to posture, 1:20 left on the clock, maybe milk out the rest of this utility or force MIBR into an aggressive move, we can still see there's 3 players stuck at A even after that opening kill. So they've put all their chips, shoved them to the middle of the table. It's just how do Liquid react? Miss Molly as well, that's a problem.
Yeah, enables Yell to really get... Oh, did he see him? Just over the tip of the smoke. That's big from Stu. Damage inflicted. Yell on short. Bolts with a pin pulled. Elige can punish if he gets a second. Oh, Yell. He needed that. Such a clean headshot with 6 HP in reserve. Okay, so he's smoking the site. Now, Fallen has the bomb, so trying to fake A with a late arrival of the bomb could get a little awkward, and Cello seems all too cognizant that this is a possibility. Hello? No. They nearly line up for him. Grim surviving by a Nat's wing. 50 HP still, heart beating. Yell now with only 6. I think this is where the tides have most definitely turned. The late arrival of Fallen still tucking in and planting on default.
So Yell's heard all this, right? He's going to assume with that Molly, Grim's probably taken territory here, and the fact that he is so low, he isn't operating with a defuse kit, means it's likely that we see the save. If he can do some damage when they exit the site, maybe they run on back through B lobby or down towards T spawn, he could grab a couple of exits and upgrade to that AWP. But with the bomb almost halfway ticked, this round is as good as done. And Liquid have posted 2 on the trot. Once again, both off the back of Elige finding opening kills. So that is an important little storyline for us to cover. Because on a map like this, you can be corralled so early by the utility, right? You see over towards B, the early Molotov, the early smokes. You go over towards A, the same kind of stuff. And if they're able to crack through, finding entries through those smokes, around those smokes with some nice little boosts, that's going to put a lot of pressure on MIBR to react. Now, they should be taking a save. It is 1 saved rifle. The residual cash is around the 2 to 3K mark for the remaining members. And with the loss bonus, they'll be able to buy next round.
Well, he was pretty damn camouflaged by that post.
Yeah.
That is such an ang.
The eyes on Stewie. It's a long way down, isn't it?
Spooky. Okay, grateful fans for that one. It's not easy being a Liquid fan at all at times.
Yeah, plus if you're in North America right now, you might just be rolling out of bed. So, good morning.
Just like us, just like us. Naf gets the first, Scale gone. And, well, Cello fancies himself some trouble. He's considering and flirting with a smoke push on the reload. Not going to be interested instead. He'll get a lot of early info with this position, so as time passes, he'll take a jiggle, call no one home, and even start perhaps a walk on a very fast flank. They have to take risks when it's only a single M4, an unarmored one at that, given the loss of Yell.
Could get dicey for a second here. Elige goes down.
Ooh, he has gone down, and he wants more. SHZ trying to recover the AK. It was a risk worth taking. 3 versus 4 here, and they're boosting that M4, especially because it's silenced. They might be able to work it out. It could not have been better for Danoko. Oh dear.
All right, the 2 of them low now. Naf and Fallen. They
can't afford to lose this, Chad. This
Surely
would be
not this one.
shattering.
No.
Okay. No deagle frag from Cello. Caught eventually by Naf. Still, why is this the sketchiest round of all?
It felt like time slowed down there for a second.
Bloody hell. This is an etch-a-sketch round.
MIBR are doing well to make a lot out of it.
They don't even have a kit.
Here.
Why does it
Molly missed and everything. It's, what's going on? They're obviously going to win the round.
Jason's pulling out his hair.
Okay. They got the AWP. If Bolts can get away with this.
Nah.
All right. It's recovered. It looks very scary, like especially with Naf coming back through Forklift Room, like, oh, I'm flanking the flanker. Yeah. Okay. Like that moment in time is like, is my teammate about to die? Yeah. This is the opening kill, and that was Yell going for an aggressive play. Get a little bit unlucky there. You see you got the dink with the M4. There we go.
Knife out to
the pressure valve released at that point. So 3 rounds now on the trot.
Whew.
Looking...
Fill your lungs with a fresh set of oxygen, I think, after that one.
I just saw a little man peering behind the green screen they had behind him there and just peering out through the
I think he had a camera as well. So
oh, okay.
He's found the sneaky ang.
All right, so as you can see with the scores on the doors, Bolt's leading the charge, 140 ADR for him, 8 kills, 7 for SHZ, Cello with 9. You got 4 for Danoko and 3 for Yell on the other side of things. Elige, 5 with 84 ADR, Stu with 6 kills, 4 apiece for Grim and Naf, and Fallen, well, he's got 1 down the bottom there. But they're starting to heat back up. You can see the bombs been going down. They've been actually getting some penetration into these bomb sites, haven't just been getting locked out. Things are looking better for Liquid now.
T-side AWPing again for Fallen. I imagine it will be a different stance. Yeah, this isn't going to be the typical A lean. Fallen's going to be heading for early duel on middle, and he's got nobody home. Won't be finding any action there. In fact, he's got his partner in crime, Stewie. Naf joining the party as well. Okay, so we've got a real different look from Liquid here. Grim stairs. Elige default A. Bolt jiggling for the info. How do they find this frag?
Well, they're doing the boost close.
And then swing left.
You need to make sure you're really tight on this one. I think they may have even been spotted because that is a very passive stance from Bolt. He knows something's up.
The timing as he throws the nade, it's brutal execution, but look at the nade damage. That's practically 100 damage.
Yeah, problem is he doesn't know just exactly how much that did, and Naf's going to peek out for another. Mid is under control.
Oh, Cello may not get checked. He does. Elige trying to spray, but Cello gets 2. Fallen with the AWP is the worst weapon to find him. He misses his shot. Oh no, Fallen needs both and Yell's the 1. He wins the one-on-one. MIBR secure a 6th, and Cello gets the credit. He was in such a prime position just to destabilize the acceleration there.
Yeah, that was looking really good for Liquid. The fact they had so much room in mid, they get the 2 opening kills. It felt like an absolute breeze, especially
a lock-in.
The second one, right? Like, oh, well, corpses, they're just piling up here. And this is Yell finishing off the final frag, not giving Fallen a chance to react. You can see there, Fallen trying to trade. Yell's immediately there. The hype from Cello, as that's an important round for them to win. You don't want to allow Liquid to post too many in a row. And in a best of 1, well, it's all going to matter. So both teams scrapping together a buy. UMP, MP9 on one side of things, Galil on the other, and oh my god, Elige. Let's see, do the entries correlate to round wins? That's his 3rd so far.
Danoko's recovered the AWP. He wants to keep that presence on ramp, but could open a little bit of a gap for Elige. He's taking some serious risks here, and he could punish here. Oh, it's perfect. Elige with a double. Opens up, quickly caught. Reveals his location, though, they know. SHZ's on short.
There's even more presence as well. Look at this, reinitiating. They just want to fight this A ramp until death, and well, unfortunately, that's left the B bomb site completely empty. So this goes down. Now we have questions. Do MIBR want to risk this, a 3v4 retake on the B bomb site, or do they just want to save? The smart money's on saving here, right? You've lost the site. The bomb's going down now. The 40-second timer begins. If they can find a lurker as they spread out now, then maybe that'll accelerate them. But this is very difficult. You get into the lower site, it's a bit of a labyrinth. We've got all these different tunnels. That new little connector, it's not new anymore, but you can see just how easily it is for Stewie to cotton off some of these areas, and that is it. It will be the save. So 6-4, battling back. MIBR have hit the threshold of the amount of rounds they got last time against Liquid. What do you think about this? The fact that MIBR imploded meant that these boys, who were Boom, who, as I was mentioning with Renegades, last year domestically undefeated. Boom were another one of these teams domestically. They were just peppering the local competition, right? Obviously, we all understand why. We get the region locks. But MIBR, they were playing in CS Summit 7 just the other week ago, obviously in Blast. They're actually getting a lot of good Counter-Strike under their belt. And that's going to accelerate them from where they were, which would have been a point of confidence. Obviously, they lost Phelps. But into this new version where everybody's, you know, getting to this level together. So it's actually a good benchmark for the team. I'm just curious, a best of 1, this is the best environment for them to upset a team like Liquid. Exactly. We got some dancing going on in the fan cams. Dancing's never really been my forte.
I've found that the less you try to dance, the more you'll successfully dance.
Okay, yeah, so just feel it.
Feel the music.
Just like that.
Fallen's feeling it onto Bolts. Little bit of shrapnel on Danoko. Still does have vision, though, of anyone that dares challenge him through that smoke.
This boost that they're doing, I understand, and they've maybe been able to get a kill off it before, but other teams are going to punish them for that in the future with the double nades. It might be I could adjust in the future, but once again, transitional on this ramp. They want to fight.
This is a crucial juncture of the game. Elige once again at the forefront of the pack. Fallen with an opening frag this time. This is what they couldn't do in the opening rounds. Take that control and then follow through with what their strategies may have had in store.
And it's a gamble stack again, yeah. So they're really trying to catch Liquid off guard in a lot of these scenarios. And when it works, it's going to look genius. In this situation, they're hedging, right? They're going, okay, we'll stack B. If they come B, there's a real chance we can win this. If they go A, we might just give them the round here in this passive position. Unless SHZ gets 1 or 2 kills, it might just be the save call.
I mean, he's got the weapon for it. He's got the AK-47. Those one taps, certainly not out of the realms of possibility.
They do have 2 smokes left over, so they could set themselves up for the retake, right? We get the smoke towards the top of Crane, maybe one over towards Short, or they could do the wall of smokes towards the top of the ramp. But it's such a difficult round to get back into, and one where the economy is really on the line here for MIBR.
I just happened to be looking at SHZ's cam there, and that was the perfect, like, I think all of us do it subconsciously, we're saving.
Yeah.
Just that acceptance, the processing of, well, that's a lost round.
Sometimes you just got to give it up, don't you, boys? And the thing is, as well, when you feel like you're in a good spot, you want to give it a crack, and the in-game leader is saying save, you're like,
They're so close, though.
But this one here, I think, is the right call, as it will be another 5 staying alive for Liquid, and they're getting it done, right?
Is that MC's tricks, Rush? Is he hanging around? We still got...
That's one of MC's famous cams. We love it.
A shout out to MC for his sweaty camera skills. Is he doing it from Australia again?
Yep.
Oh, the poor soul.
It's probably like 1 AM over there. I don't know.
I think he's probably locked down again.
This was our opening frag from Fall. He's been trying it a lot, and you can see that the supportive flash from Grim enabled that to be an absolutely safe peak to be taking. Round 12, though, is relatively even, a 6-5 half at this moment in time. And we do still see some slight sacrifices. Poor old Denoco still on his FAMAS. A Galil for Stewie. That's just due to having no desire to upgrade. Okay, a fight in middle, and Bolt wins it out. A silenced M4 continues to fill the feed.
Okay, so back towards A. They're going to go for more of the same here, but maybe a little bit more explosive. They're going to push through.
Oh, as he pulled out the nade, but saved by Yell. Clean. Nice from Stu. This duel is all good in the hood, though. Grim needs to find a little bit of space. The first one to Denoco should enable the plan.
This is winnable.
It's far from over, though.
Oof.
Takes the fight nice. Bit rushed by your bolts. Yeah.
Shell shocked right there. The nade lands. They clean that one up, and MIBR will get their 7th. I like the position that Yell was playing just there with how forward they are. You can maybe liken it a little bit to Carr on long on Dust too. Because when you're not going into a position where it's very likely there's going to be players, A ramp or A long once it's been taken by Tees, having somebody in like a safety net position like Yell was there, if the other guys get flash, he's there with the AWP, he can deny exactly what kind of play Liquid were going for. And that was key, I think. That really just stalled it out and turned it into a brawl. You can't drop back if you're Liquid. You know, you've given up an opening kill. You want to try and capitalize off of that. Unfortunately, not the case, as well, MIBR, they're making theirs to get 8 and win the first half here. Liquid's money's still okay. If they can bounce back with this one, then they could be the ones flipping the script here and closing out with the final 3. Much of a muchness over towards A ramp. It hasn't just been the executes, at least, so we're getting some variation, and this one's faster as SHZ denies Stewie. And again, it just feels like whoever gets the opening at A ramp kind of wins. Yeah,
well, don't speak too soon. Alicia's got his brass knuckles on, and he's swinging. Windmilling in his way towards Short.
There's the one way. Oh, it dipped about.
No, it's not quite.
Okay.
It's far from a one-way. In fact, maybe a boost you could see over that towards Sandbags. So Liquid are going for a bit of a pause here, and if Denoco finds Naf, I don't think Elige is going to be able to get that clean trade. Yell's trading very consistently, but this time it favors Liquid. CTs smoke off Short, focus their attention towards ramp. This looks good for Liquid.
Oh, I like the deeper smokes.
Oh, but Yell finds just enough of an angle onto that Sandbags to make it an even kill, and then some.
Getting boosted.
I like it. It's perfect. Grim and Naf up against 3. Swings in for another, takes the risk, bolts to trade. It is all onto Naflight. Damage, great damage, but it's not enough, not lethal. And now taking the risk. Okay, taking the fake. Wanted to finish off Bolt, but now he knows where they both are. Cello tags him up. Down to half. Bolt goes full, and now he knows where Cello is. He has the smoke.
Oh, he's landed it on the box. That's going to be a big problem.
He could try and hold the bomb in the smoke.
Oh, the legs are going to show from under that. He has to be very careful how he maneuvers here.
Oh. Okay. Kits on Cello and a smoke. This gets really awkward really fast. But not for Naf. That's a big 1v2. Recovers the AWP as well.
Oh, that was sketch. I can imagine when Naf dropped that smoke, he's going, oh, jeez. Like, that is not what he was intending by any means. The Yell did everything he could. And I was saying I like the mollies. I like the deeper smokes. It's not the standard wall that we see on Vertigo. But Yell, he really made mincemeat of Fallen and Elige there and almost set themselves up. So a good attempt. Very threatening here. And a close round again. So MIBR are definitely in this. Force buy this time around. You can see the Deagles, SMGs, AWP's good, rifles are there. Going to be a very difficult round for MIBR. This could define the half. If they win this...
Everything's so perfect from the individuals of MIBR. You can see that they've been very focused on not wasting their utility. That nade is straight to the box where most players line up their smokes for the B take. I know Chad Birchall especially.
Yeah, me and Henry were geeking out in the refrag server, learning everything for Vertigo.
Cello's got a nade that would land right on your belly buttons if you guys were doing your lineups from there.
And then we'd probably be like, oh, he's probably...
It's just accidental.
He's
accidentally
probably just
perfect.
the best player in the world. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Rush, can I have an of course? You do it best.
Of course, man. He's headshot me. Oh, my.
That's Rush Lee's Henry G impression.
Oh, dear. Okay. Danoko wants that aggression, and this is where they've looked really good in transition.
Oh, no. MP9, the trade from SHZ is necessary, but the flash, it should be enough, and it is. Fallen sets Elige up for success, and now the question is the composure in the finish. Bolts is trying to pull the rug from under them. It would have to be a bit of an individual performance, and now only Yell. They are a little low, doesn't really make a difference when you've got the AWP. He could perhaps catch one on the periphery. There's a freebie, Stewie.
Should save. I know he's looking flashy. I know he's looking hot, but he needs to save that for the last rounds here.
I think he just wanted to find one before he got off that position.
Come on, Yell, don't be too greedy. Could have used that. The money's not good.
Yeah, is that a greed call? Oh, it's fair enough.
Look, I get it. He wants to try and limit the economy of Liquid as well. But when the next round you're going in with absolutely nothing, maybe he thought he'd get hunted. You know, there's a lot going through these players' brains at that time. Obviously, we can see the best decision, saving that AWP, giving yourself a chance to use it next round. Now it's just going to be scrappy buys. But Elige, again, Alex, I want to note, they won another round where he found opening kills. So I think he hasn't been great in terms of opening dual stats. I think he's currently sitting at 4 success, 3 unsuccessful. But the ones he's been successful have been great.
I mean, this is one way to play T-side Vertigo. It just seems a bit chaotic. I say that as there's nades and there's smokes and he pushes straight through.
There he is again.
Danoko likes his aggression. He does catch the Elige trade. Surely he doesn't get away. Don't you dare let him get another. Stewie bleeding internally now for the rest of the round. He's got 8 HP to work with. Naf with a big and important find. He takes Bolts down. Looking to win the half by the most narrow of margins. They head to B. It's the right call to make. Nobody home. Cello through CT spawn now, and Naf potentially to cut that in half. Oh, it's perfect. This one will be a liquid 8th. And so we have it. An 8-7 half. The best of ones continue. It's as simple as win 2, you're in, lose 2, you're out, if I remember.
That's
correctly.
exactly it. Yeah. I slogged over that line. It was a hard one.
I actually was kind of like confused as to what the answer was, and then I realized you've kind of just forced it into my subliminal.
All right, well, aggression again. Elige and the A round. They seem to go hand in hand.
I don't love the way that started for Elige, but fortunately that tarpaulin takes a bit of a beating for him, made of Kevlar, I believe. Okay, no info, and now he has to back away. That's enough for him. Starts to mash his keyboard as hard as he physically can as he heads all the way, gracefully hopping his way back to elevator.
Gazelle-like movement there as the smokes come out onto the site. The boost up and over looks good.
I like the double. This is going to enable an easy tap. I say that. Can they contest the plant at all? Danoko? Nope. Is the answer to that.
We're so close as well. Bit of damage after the fact, but they have no idea.
Yeah, this is perfect. This MIBR could not have dreamed of a better after plan. All 5 alive. Now the frags keep coming. It's brown on blue. More to come. They jiggle their way in, but these Glocks are just unending.
That was all over for Team Liquid as soon as the bomb went down, and that's not because they planted. That was because of the pressure through middle that MIBR applied. We didn't see that action because all eyes, just like Liquid's, were drawn towards the A bomb site. They had 2 players flanking through middle. So even if they had wiped everybody out on the site, there was always pressure coming from behind, always going to be difficult to deal with. And MIBR have been able to snatch one away here and set themselves up with an 8th round.
Only one player leaning into that SMG, and Danoko with the Galil sacrifice in pursuit of more utility. So we'll see how far that gets them and how required it is. It is up against Armored Deagles, and we know Elige likes
chunky,
to do damage. Chunky. I said this time he takes it. Ouch! Down to 23, 2 HEs in his general vicinity, and he decides to pull the ripcord. Get the hell out of there.
And now we really have some problems because of this low HP. You heard me talking about the way MIBR were playing at the start. They were always in transition around this short area. Well, there's a lot more utility and a lot bigger guns on MIBR to harass that part of the map. They have refocused over towards middle. Oh, this boost is always a rough one. Giving it a crack. It's like walking the tightrope sometimes. You want to just get that extra inch.
A double from Yell in about 12 seconds.
Smoke's going to clear very short.
Oh, maybe not. Nice shot. Danoko's down. They know it was a boost. 2 invested on short, but that's not the problem. The problem now is that that smoke has bloomed, and now almost complete uncertainty once again spreads within the MIBR side ranks. He hears them drop off, I think. I certainly did. That's information in itself. 2 middle, he could say.
So you can see that they're not committing just yet. They're waiting for their teammates to catch on back up. So it will just be the A commit here. 35 seconds. Grim spotted them. No, they're still posturing.
30.
The nades are good too. They could nade boost spot. They have to go now.
Oh, they're running out of time. Liquid running out of players.
Oh, look at that.
Dunked. Only Stewie CZ. He's going to go down after the 1. A valiant attempt perhaps, but they're even pre-aiming this. As soon as he jumps up, doesn't go down instantaneously. Oh, so close through the smoke. Yell, tag down to 5. Naf just looks to preserve what little he has.
They had 3 of them there, right? 1 died to a nade, 1 got spammed through the boards, and 1 died in a duel. So 3 players were evaporated just instantaneously by MIBR in the final throws, and that's when the round starts to get dicey. Those sub 20 seconds, the comms are crazy, the calls over the top. Maybe you don't hear your teammate saying something, and they're able to keep 3 alive. 3 AK-47s, and it's Naf, well, I guess I'll keep the Kevlar and the Deagle. Like, the smoke's good too. But the scoreline now, 9-8, and Liquid will have to take a save. So good stuff from MIBR. It did look like it was getting dicey.
I'd love to see a bit more. Obviously, we've got plenty of T rounds left, but I'd love to see a little example of how those mid Bs and even those mid As can really hurt with that late mid arrival. So far, teams have been putting all their eggs into the ramp basket, obviously up against the Deagles. Don't blame them. This was a lovely conversion off of the boost, but that was, I'm afraid, the only positive to report.
Yeah, Stewie, you know, if he, with the CZ, it's great until you have to reload, isn't it? And then life becomes a whole different story. So back underway we go. Just a couple of upgraded pistols with NAF save, Deagle, and armor. 1 for Elige. Rim onto it. Oh, footsteps heard. Yeah, he definitely heard that one. Spammy boys any second. Yeah, this should just be the mop up here for MIBR. As Elige goes nuclear.
I don't think he believed he was going to get a frag there, but he did. Nice adjustments.
How much more can they get, though? It just feels like they're under a lot of scrutiny here. The nades, the duels aren't favorable. They're watching the flank. Yeah, it's just Stewie again. So, well, double digits. MIBR, they're the first to get there.
Oh, I didn't quite anticipate a second mantling up. Good moves from Bolts, and it does look like they'll recover all 3 AKs into our 19th round. Liquid now on the buy. This will be where we get to really get a litmus test as to how much resistance they'll be displaying. So far, we haven't learned too much about MIBR's T side. It has just been relatively regimented and standard.
If there's a theme, because on one of the Anticos, they continue that mid presence as well as A. If that's a continued theme, that's where we're really going to see Team Liquid get tested, right? How do they want to approach this? They want to all-in ramp? Are they happy to play passive? Are they happy to give up the territory? There's going to be a lot of questions to be asked and answered. But Fallen aggressive with the AWP, straight off the bat. Smokes to contend with. Already aggression from Yell at the sandbag. He's going to pounce up, I think. I think he might want to go for a bit of a timing on this.
Oh, and it's a pretty damn good timing. Grim's got a nade in his hands. Oh, that's a nasty death. And Yell, he might just call it. Say charge.
Fallen stuck with an AWP in the worst position right now. He's great in these scenarios, at least historically, but for him to pull off a couple of kills here, it's going to be difficult. Lee's just trying to support.
Smoke might bail him out. Flash is high, ready for the fade. Another flash. He's doing so well to survive. He's got Elige now in support. They forced the angle and forced the fight. Fallen finds another. This is quite the defense. So sketchy. He might even get a third, maybe not. Bolt has got them both. What a transition.
Naf needed that kill. Oh, Stewie with the AUG. This is a tough spot. The kit's good. The utility's there as well, but...
Oh, he's got his hands on his head. Jason's not convinced. They can walk away. 45 seconds. They can go anywhere they want.
He's going to have no info at all for this here. They can take their time as well.
He's actually flirting with the idea of mid.
The problem is, when you're in these 1v1 situations and you gamble on a side, if you gamble wrong, you've denied yourself about 10 seconds worth of rotation time, and they could have taken even more space off of you. So if they just stay sneaky beaky, they don't make a sound cue, Stewie's just going to stay until he hears something, until he gets a cue, until he can move on over. But right now they're in, they've walked, they've cleared, the bomb goes down. Cello can set himself up with that high HP and a good post plant. Bolt can drop the smoke to delay the rotation.
Sit next to the smoke as a little rascal.
Yeah, now Stewie has to really think this one through. Is it worth throwing the rifle away here, or is it better to hold on with the loss bonus starting to build?
I mean, their setup feels indomitable.
Has the smoke for the bomb, but has to get past Bolts.
Yeah, look at the angle he's got now. Like, this so it could be to the right, tight. Could be to the left, tight. Okay, finds the first. Now needs to work out where last is. That smoke, as you've highlighted, is crucial. Got a good idea as to where they're going to be. Look at
sit it.
Fuse. It's perfect behind the box. Look at the angle. There's nothing Cello couldn't do. He just found the angle too late. Liquid recover of 1 versus 2. By no means the most stylish.
It was sketchy in patches here, and they still win the round. Fallen with the heroics with the AWP, right? You see more bullets coming through, the nades, the mollies, and he still grabs a second. That enabled this to even be close, but Naf going down here, that is where the round changes. And Stewie, he almost had the perfect tools for this. I thought Cello had done well. You wouldn't be assuming Stewie to have a smoke left that late. And it's a frustrating one, but MIBR know that they played that round quite well. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that sucks. Let's brush it off. We got the plant. Their economy is trashed here. Check it out.
It's garbage.
2 MP9s. Famus. Okay, it's going to be messy. Everyone died for Team Liquid. Stewie down after the defuse comes through, and pensive music is, we do need to strap ourselves in. This is the chance for MIBR to really put the hurt locker in.
You done some reading over the break? Pensive, Mr. Vocab.
I think because we haven't been speaking for 4 months straight this time, some of the words have come back.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just generally not speaking for 8 hours a day. It's been nice. And I'm also very, very happy to be back. Look at the gap in the smoke. He's been punished. And if Grim gets away, I will be very surprised. I think he's just about pulled it off. Okay. Whew. That's something.
Yeah, and he got away. So the kill, the gun, his life.
Naf might... Ooh. His angle is such a cheeky one. A little lower. The boost, he may have a little bit of an advantage on this. Not enough. So that's the equalizer delivered. Elige springs to action. Wants info. Fallen in support as well. Does that mean they've left A?
Just one man patrolling right now, then that is the low HP Grim. So even the lick of the flame should be enough to take him out of the equation. Elige mantling on up. He's going to get the mid info if he wants to get aggressive. But you can see the rotation that's been forced. They're clearing mid completely. They're leaving Grim solo. They're playing for info here, Liquid, and now the jig's up. So rotating back, they need to be silent. Oh, that's bloody cheeky, isn't it?
Smashing little smoke into the shelf, no less.
It makes this angle, they have to go so much wider than what they traditionally would, that the CTs, who are normally left eye peeking...
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, just on that little lip, so you can see it's completely stalled them out. They don't want anything to do with that smoke.
And that leaves them, what, 25 seconds to get all your ducks in a row?
But the problem is, Liquid, are they going to fight this? Is that smoke flubbed? Yeah. It's flubbed. Okay, there's a gap. The molly's missed as well.
That was for the elevator. This gets awkward now. MIBR. Oh, and a clean kill from Elige. They need another one. One more for security. Danako denies. 8 seconds. They can't knock Cello off the bomb. It will be a possible clutch for Bolts. One versus 3, but they're low, and I've got a tingle in my dingle. Smoke, though, that makes things even more difficult. If he could just find one, he's calling the bluff, and that's perfect.
Good from Elige. Well handled, 4 kills there. And even though they got the opening kill and it looked like they were set up, it's so difficult. That is such a difficult round right there. MIBR gifted them that. That missed utility. They missed a smoke and a molly just because they ran into each other. That was the difference maker. Watch this. The smoke lands on top of the box. There's another molly that just explodes mid-air. That's definitely not where that one was meant to go. Unfortunately, MIBR really dropped the ball just by missing utility. It wasn't anything else in this round. They still played it quite well as a unit. When did Elige get 19 kills, Alex?
I'm almost certain he got them entirely in that last round.
It's one of those things. We were talking about his impact with entries on the T side. Here with a 4K round and a very important round, it's helping to tee them on up.
Wow, a very lovely, even kill distribution. Of course, Tanaka a little further away. He's been equipped with the SMGs in the dire straits. So credit to MIBR, everyone a crucial component of what is currently a very close game, 10-10. It feels like we haven't seen Liquid with every bell and whistle they desire. This is pretty damn close with 2 AK-47s. The Grim FAMAS is not ideal, but I'm sure he'll get over it. Oh dear. That should be a death sentence, and it is. Stewie knocked off of the building. 54 floors to fall. Oh, and another
one
added to the list. Liquid have just basically worked so hard for the previous round and lost this one in the opening 20 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to need some heroics right here to get back in this. And MIBR, they're never in any rush. They understand the sound cues. You can see just how quietly they are, shifting around the map, not giving up anything. And aggression now. Danoka needs to be ready for this. 2 players are ready to take the duel. They've locked one in towards Sandbag, so this doesn't help Liquid a lot. There's something...
It only helps if they all go ramp. I mean, if Grim doesn't get mollied and they just call it clear, we could be onto something.
They're overlooking it, but he's on his own. It's all a ruse. It's the complete fake. So, yeah, great. Grim, you got a freebie. Oh, Grim?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Grim? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that is nightmare fuel right there. They have to save as well, so... Yikes.
Naf sure would have loved to have had a Kevlar vest and a rifle.
Like, hey, bro, he's pushing you. Like, obviously in the comms right there in his position.
He's on default. Care Naf, careful.
Grim was playing for the round win, right? That's why he didn't fire.
In his mind, he's visualizing 3 more players on that ramp. I can understand it, but I still don't quite understand how Naf was caught off guard. That's the element that's got me a little confused.
It can still get worse, though, if Yell takes away these rifles.
Oh, that's a perfect flash, but he didn't take the wide swing. Oh yeah, didn't get the timing right. This has been an absolute meal made of it by Grim. You don't need more info, brother. With 12 HP.
Just stay alive.
A molly for Sandbags. Elige is even going to get awkward fights. Oh, he's gone down. Even more punishment. Tightening the thumb screws on Team Liquid, and their buys will only get worse.
Okay, well.
This is what we were talking about. You can see he's expecting a couple more. The trigger discipline there, but it was just an easy duel for Danoko. Body shots, no less.
Yeah. Well, I guess MIBR gave him a gift in the previous. Grim's just returning the favor. It's better than a... what do you win at the quizzes?
What, the tombolas?
Don't you get like a tray of meat?
Yeah, like meat trays or, you know, a box of roses.
Okay, well, I think maybe we do things a bit different in Australia. I think you win trays of meat at our quiz.
Like uncooked meat?
Yeah, like
raw meat.
From the bush, you go and you cook her up.
Yeah,
you don't get it warm.
No, but like, does it just come in like a kind of transparent bag of flesh, or like is there more of a bit more dressed up?
I've never won any of the quizzes, so
I
only know.
We're talking like pub quizzes here.
Yeah.
So like your typical pub quiz, you've got a bunch of blokes walking home with a bag of. I'm afraid it might very well be extended quickly given the circumstances of this Team Liquid roster. Grim to be the hero.
Yeah, make up for it, Grim. Show us what you got with that AK-47.
Just charge down mid, go down the ladder, 5-man spray down, no one's holding the flank.
Give us a movie mode.
They call that one the Machini TV.
It's the Machini something. All right, well, it's just going to be these USPs.
There is some mid pushing. Unfortunately, it's the USP.
I guess because of how late MIBR are playing quite a few of these situations, that if Elige gets into a position like this and doesn't move, he might be able to find a cheeky kill late round, even mid-round. Because at the moment, MIBR, they weren't watching that. Cello's clearing off towards B. Naf is dead, and they're actually walking back over. So there's no way Naf gets a kill here, surely.
Oh, he actually does and has a chance onto bolts.
Elish can
More
push
coming.
now. Elish is pushing.
Oh yeah, Naf recovers a rifle. If he can get to quad, okay, he's lucky to be alive. Might want to throw that rifle to someone else. He does. Throws it to Stewie. The flank is tough with just the...
Oh, he's got the AK!
It's an AK in time! Damage! A dink! Yell down to 19. Surely Liquid can't turn this one on its head. Contributing frag from Naf. Elish with a very fast maneuver down that ladder enables a fast flank and punish. 2 AKs in play now, and MIBR have to put their thinking caps on. Solve this riddle. I do not fear for Fallen's life, but I think he does after spotting one.
That's good info play. So now they can play off of that rotate. Oh, at least one of these AKs. Bolt's is still towards B. Stewie's head, it's massive to take, and he knows there's another AK on the site.
Oh, Naf is in such a
so
powerful
awkward.
position. He won't be able to get the info so much as he can...
Oh.
Okay, that's actually powerful now. He'll be able to spot the cross bridge. I say that as Counter-Strike just absolutely...
This might be great, though. This could even be even better, Alex.
I mean,
the timing here.
If they don't start to accelerate. 20 seconds, they surely have to go.
Oh, it's getting
They have to go now.
He missed the smoke.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, bloody hell. Grim looking for the safe plant. He doesn't spot it. They are low. And as it fades, he finds at least one. Danoka one ramp. This is just Team Liquid's signature chaos. And Naf with damage. He knows there's one short. There's a kit on Grim as well. Don't forget that. He wants some redemption from his previous oopsie.
Oh, he dinked him.
Dinked him. It's still not the frag. I'm
Both
not
low.
enough.
They're hemorrhaging.
Sanity. He needs both of them. He's got his bloody knife out. Okay.
It's like a stray bullet at any moment there. Whoa. They don't realize how close they were.
That is, that's a round that you don't get to see. I think you get one of them every half.
Oh, boy. Okay, that was so dicey that constantly there was just any moment. 2 HP dancing around, can't take a bullet. Eventually you'll get the kill. Whew, okay. The eco from Liquid, it was kept very competitive. Grim probably feeling it could have done a little bit more there. They did very well. Info plays, playing on the rotation, slowing things down. It was almost perfect. MIBR flubbing some nades again, but the guns are out. Double AWP set up.
GG.bet. Perhaps not paying attention to the scoreline. As Liquid is the favorites by a large margin here. Oh, that's a quick frag from Grim just through the gap, the slither gap of those sandbags. Naf desperately trying to reposition Incendiary to buy him time, and I think Fallen caught a slight glimpse of SHZ. He might even be looking for a second. Danoka was on that close line. His pre-fire doesn't quite connect, and he starts to punish with some space.
3v5, a minute on the clock. Utility to work with, but they're going to need to find a gap here. And Danoka, he wants one. Fallen train with the AWP. Never a fun fight for the T's, especially without some utility getting lobbed on in. So he's thinking about it. They're setting up some nades now. Molly to push Fallen back. It's good. Oh, he's disrespecting it. That's great teamwork.
Looking like a convincing 11th.
Oh, lovely
Fallen
stuff.
out of the shooting gallery for his 3. And Grim absolutely not going to be slipping up there. A double from him as well.
So Fallen has found impact when he's had the AWP. It's just been difficult to get it in his hands. And maybe he's the perfect type of AWPer to play exactly that position. The wall spams, the Molotovs, the utility is going to come. But if Fallen is able to find those picks, get away, and have teammates like Grim, it doesn't get highlighted there, right? But the only reason Fallen can stay after that molly is because Grim drops his smoke, right? He is literally getting set up to be able to continue to hold the line. And MIBR, they call their 3rd tactical timeout because the money, it's not perfect. They have to ask themselves a couple of questions here. We're at the business end of the game. Liquid have had some strugglesome moments, so have MIBR. Fallen impact rounds. Like I said, 2 impact rounds so far, only 11 kills to the name. So sure, the stats don't look great, but he is helping put rounds on the board. I wonder if we get a pace change, because MIBR has been quite slow here, Alex.
Yeah, and I will highlight that if Liquid don't cleanly win this round, I'm straight up just putting my MIBR jersey and looking away.
Okay. That's fair enough.
There are double AWPs in play, which scares me because if they get a Tech 9 with 2 frags and a bomb plant, they're saving and they've lost against this kind of round.
Okay, that was a super geeky Molotov.
He's been throwing that one a what for since the start. I did wonder where it was going, just to stop Molly.
Yeah, so he's lining it up to go through that gap in middle and land to delay any early mid pushes, which is perfect against the
Oh, you can see, look, there's a brown floor. That is a very spicy Molotov.
Okay, lovely stuff there from Elish.
Actually, it's an incendiary. He's on the CT side.
The flames. The Bernie thing.
The Bernie button.
The Bernie nade. Okay, so this is going to be cheeky. Stewie can actually get run down here. He does have a couple of Link players. Naf's close.
Nervous for him.
Alicia's close. Here they come.
Great flashes all the way across already. That was the crucial frag. I think Danoka was trying to get some space towards quad side. Default box. Bolt's trying to destabilize them, but it doesn't look like Liquid are going to bend the knee just yet. It's clean.
And look at the money. It was a half buy, but they didn't plant. So because they didn't plant, MIBR probably go for another half buy. I wouldn't likely see them invest fully here. Maybe a little bit of mismanagement with that purchase, with actually how much money and where the loss bonus was at, because the scoreline 12-12, and this is actually Liquid's chance to start getting into the lead. 13 does look likely. We still have 3 seconds left. The buy isn't complete just yet. Maybe 2 buys in a row might catch Liquid off guard. 2 half buys in a row might catch Liquid off guard. There's that molly again. Okay.
Nerd.
And over towards B, so it's another quick one.
Yeah, Naf's faffing around with nades. I'd like to see some bullets!
Oh, the lineup!
Nearly 3. Alicia's going to be put in the necessary lead down range. It will be Liquid taking the lead for what I would consider to be one of the first times this game.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that they didn't try and take the pace out of it, MIBR. I know I was expecting a pace change. It felt last round that was it. Here they're actually allowing Liquid to build a bit of confidence with how cleanly they've kept these. So 4 alive again, money now built. They have a bank. You've got 5K on Grim. You've got 7 for Naf. Stewie's up to 8. So money's not a problem for Liquid. And when you get to this point of the game, that's where MIBR could have used a slow round with Deagles. You know, get 3 kills. You're not going to win, but at least you keep it expensive. 2 clean ones in a row. Oof, that's going to be a big issue going forward. Also, I haven't been seeing the AWP on Yell too much, so let's see if he brings that out now, because it hasn't been a key factor in their T-side game plan just yet.
I think there's a lot of weight on these opening best of ones as well, by the way. I think just seeing the way teams have reacted to conceding them.
I'll put you on the back foot immediately, right?
I mean, just the amount of hard work you're going to have to put in to qualify for those with the best of 3s, 2 wins against all of those opponents that got caught out in the best of 1s as well. It will be stacked. I think we're going to see a surprise few results over the course of our next few days of play-ins. Now, this is an angle we've seen have great success. It's a powerful information angle. Actually, is he going to be able to shoot the boost from there? Oh, I was talking info. Naf's got the forehead. He knows what he's going on.
Hey, you can just see how much territory they're happy to concede, but they're still able to maintain control, and that's forced them back. And look at the nightmare scenario for MIBR now. 2 smokes, 1 Molotov, and a flash. That is all they're currently operating with. Sure, the utility's not that much better on Liquid side, but they're the ones defending. So right now, MIBR need to put bodies on the line to take space, right? They need to trade off of each other. They need to go for some swings. They can't flash themselves into duels. They can't control the rotations of Liquid.
So Grim's angle, I imagine, is only viable because he's got 2 more players tucked in next to him.
He's the safety net. If they swing wide, he gets the multi-kill, right? Fallen shoots first, all the attention's drawn.
Fallen wants to be pulling that trigger fast then. Wants attention drawn towards the box. As soon as there's a chance, as the util comes in, he wants to make sure he does pull the trigger, and successfully. Grim gets his 1, Fallen with another. And that is a very quick and decisive victory. 14 now for Team Liquid. They have definitely got a bit of momentum as they string together another.
That Molotov was perfect as well because it forced MIBR into the fight. You have no options at that point. It's either be segregated from your team or go forward and try and trade. And that was picture perfect for Liquid. Opening kill to Fallen. Grim gets the safety net. They're now drawn to him. Fallen re-peaks in time. That's a very, very nice round. And that, like I said, that Molotov, it's a little detail and doesn't look like the highlight, but a massive key here as to why they're able to mop that one up. And now, just 2 rounds away.
In these last 4 rounds, Chad, MIBR have got 3 frags.
Okay, so it's definitely slowed down, and they're using another tactical timeout here. They've got Knack, a legendary 1.6 player, obviously dabbled in a bit of Source and CSGO. He's the coach of the team, so he'll be sitting there giving the last orders he can. As round 27 is about to get underway, and it will just be another partial limp in. So it's not that they're conceding the 15th round for Team Liquid. It's just most likely that Team Liquid will be stealing this and putting the 15th on the board. Again, a bit skimp on utility. Weapons aren't great. Will they throw aggression at it again and hope for the chaos, or will they try and...
Fallen? I love it, but it is up against Tech9s. Let's just take the 1 shot, shall we? Backing away now, comfortably, but the presence was shown, and look at SHZ. He's thinking about taking a bit of a gamble through the smoke, or at least trying to nutmeg as it fades.
Yeah, I like this. At least they're going for a maneuver that may be able to be tradable, and they've gotten free space off of it. So Grim, you gotta be ready.
Oh, he's not. He's completely not.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is what we were talking about before. A single frag can really translate into disaster.
Bomb's not on site yet.
Yeah, but you don't know what is lost. Into B, Yell spotted. Naf with some good, powerful
They're coming back.
channeling entire T's side towards A, where a last stray bullet from Elish does connect.
They're in limbo right now. MIBR can actually win this round. I think here the utility is the key, but this is where it gets a bit clustery on the A side. No smokes to push Fallen back. Stewie as well.
Oh! Excuse me. That was delicious. Now Elish looking for his 30. Nice shots from Stu. Does go down. 2 on 2.
Elish is low.
Both. That Deagle seems like a perfect weapon for the job, but it's not enough. 1v1. Spray wildly. Yell trying to close the gap so we can put some pressure onto that defuse.
Oh, look at this.
He's hiding in the smoke. It's so perfect, but Naf solves the riddle. He's worked out your little game, and he does masterfully connect to 15th.
Oh, if MIBR won that round, they were definitely back in this game. But now, oh, sure, there's going to be confidence.
You just saw the cogs whirring. He's like, not ramp.
Okay. All right, where's the cheeky beaver likely to be? That was through his teammate's head.
That was so sick. And even the shot, I want to see Yell's shot. I don't know if we'll get it, but he took down Fallen with a delightful number. Here it is. Boop.
Gosh, nothing better. The Deagle kills and the USP kills, they are the most satisfying in the game. You click, they die. Well, one more for Liquid here. B presence from Cello, Stewie with the AWP, pot shot through, so they know there was AWP presence on that side of the map. They're going to continue gallivanting forward and maybe even a little bit of a boost on the cards. Or in. Throwback on that one.
Yeah. So there is a lot of beauty in this boost, but as we saw from MIBR, if you do just throw a single stray bullet into it... Oh, wow! Wow, flash no less! Stewie 2K, too good! Doesn't hit the second. Fallen has. Naf as well, adds another to the list. MIBR disintegrating before our very eyes. There's only one man for the job. It's Cello, and he can't do it. 16. The play in upper bracket. Liquid continue there. MIBR sent down to the lowers. One life left for MIBR.